this is the best job available. I would put LSU in the top 3 jobs in all of college football. There's 2 people that are going to get calls, and I think that LSU is going to force them to turn down $15 million a year, and that is Urban Meyer and Nick Saban. I think both of those guys will get that call, and if I'm Scott Woodward, I think that you have to make that call. If I'm the AD, I'm making that call. And then it goes to maybe the more feasible ones, although who knows? Maybe one of those guys will be the next coach at LSU. And then you go to the next call. And here's the next call that is made. And I think the next call is going to be Dan Lanning. Dan Lanning obviously has a past in the SEC, and he's been successful there as a coordinator of the national champion Georgia team in 2021. Then he goes to Oregon, and he's been very successful building them into a perennial power. Last year, the undefeated number 1 seed in the college football playoff. He recruits well out of the portal. He recruits well out of high school. He's got great energy. Like Dan Lanning is a home run. So he's going to get a call. And Oregon will probably have to match a $15 million a year offer. I think that's where LSU is going to be if they're talking about Urban Meyer, Nick Saban, or Dan Lanning. And then my 4th call, and I think it's my final call, is going to be Lane Kiffin. And Lane Kiffin is going to get a call. And this is why Lane Kiffin, is going to be such a hot commodity, is that if you look around right now, I said 3 of the top 10 jobs in college football are now open. I can't remember a cycle in which we had this high profile of jobs open and ready and willing to spend money and ready to swing big. And yet I can't remember as thin of a talent pool in the coaching search. Lane's going to be at the top, and Dan Lanning is going to be at the top of everybody's list. Nick Saban's getting the call. Urban Meyer's getting the call. Bob Stoops might get a call because the list is thin. And this is where you have to ask yourself, if you're LSU, like, what's the best fit? Because what didn't work at LSU with Brian Kelly wasn't the fact that Brian Kelly's not a good football coach. It's that he wasn't a good fit at LSU.